Guys, what's up? Joe, good morning. I already drank my coffee, so I'm getting hydrated. Alright, so I've been uploading a new video almost daily, so I'm just keeping the ball rolling, fuck it. So, making a quick video. Now, if you've been hanging out with me, you know that pretty much I've been talking about books and all this shit, and like, for the past few videos, I've been talking more about self-care and mental health and all this shit, and I don't know, it's just, I've been getting responses from this, so I've been talking about that and so on and so forth, so I figured I want to end the discussion with a positive story, right? Because life ain't about being fucked up. If anything, life's about, getting your shit together, being happy, figuring out what works for you, and all this stuff, right? The conversation started when I posted this book. Actually, it started with some other book. Actually, the conversation started when I talked about this book, right? And then, I had some comments about, mental health for males and all this stuff. Then I made another video about, toxic parents, about, how that can fuck you up, right? Starts from here, ends to this as an adult, and then, you gotta figure out how to get your shit back together as you get older, right? But anyways, I mean, to end this conversation, because, I don't want to be all doom and gloom and be unhappy and all that crap, because, fuck that. I'm actually a happy guy, to be honest. I went through my fucking phases and all that crap, but, if anything I'm trying to share, I just want to spread the joy. Simple as that. And if you're the type of person that doesn't believe in this shit, that you're thinking I'm just kissing your ass to gain your approval, whatever, fuck you. Get off my channel. But serious shit, okay, funny story. A long time ago, when I was really going through a bad depression, I was miserable as fuck. I was drinking a lot and all that other crap. I actually went to Barnes & Noble to get a book. This was years ago, right? I'm talking about more than 10 years ago. I can't remember, but I was miserable and I didn't know why. And I remember I walked to Barnes & Noble with my sister, and I got a book, The Secret to Happiness or something like that. I don't know. I wanted answers because I just didn't know why I was feeling fucking bad. And I got the book, and I remember when I went up to the cashier, she looked at the book and she kind of held back a laughter, right? And that stuck with me because it's obviously that person didn't know what I was going through, but still she thought it was funny that I was getting a book like that, right? And I don't know, I still remember that to this day because, at the time that really affected me because that was the state of mind I have, that any little thing would fucking set me off, right? Obviously, that's how bad I was at the moment. Now it's whatever, you laugh at me, fuck you, I'll just move on with my day, right? But at that time in my life, something as simple as that, where someone just looked at a book and kind of laughed at what I was getting, really fucking made me feel bad, right? Just to give you an example of how bad it was. But I read that book, and it was for some Thai monk, that was talking about meditation and all this shit and so on and so forth. And I can't remember the name of the book, but the point of that book that I read many years ago was basically the secret to happiness is simply paying attention, which just sounds weird as fuck, right? But it's actually makes a lot of sense. You are what you focus on the most. If you are a person that focuses on a lot of negative energy, you're gonna fucking get a lot of negative energy. If you focus, in my case, I focused too much of what that chick, the cashier, she laughed at my book. I focused too much of that feeling of how she was laughing at me trying to get better, so that made me mad and sad and all this shit. If you focus too much on how sad you are, you're gonna get more in that. But the thing is, if you feel that you are sad or you're not feeling good, instead of focusing on how sad you are, you need to focus more on what is making you sad and actually pay attention to your life to fix what needs to be fixed, right? In my case, simply put, the meme said, before you diagnose yourself for having depression, just most likely you're just surrounded by assholes. And that was my situation, really. I was just surrounded by assholes a lot, and I need to get the fuck away from it. And that's something that I guess I learned for myself, is that I was in a bad negative environment, which unfortunately was my home. I need to get the fuck away from it. And now, ever since I moved out, I'm actually a lot happier, which is sad to say, right? But the point I'm trying to get at is that whatever your situation is, if you are feeling not good or not happy or whatever, chances are that before you fucking start taking medicine or start consuming alcohol or weed or whatever the fuck, be honest with yourself and pay attention to exactly what the fuck it is that's making you unhappy and try to work on that, right? The thing is that, you kind of distract yourself to hide the fact of what's making you unhappy, right? In my case, I was drinking a lot. I was trying to numb myself from paying attention to my situation at hand. Obviously, I was feeling bad for a reason, and I guess it was the environment that I was in that was making me unhappy. So what did I do? Again, I started to read books. I started to develop hobbies. I started to develop a new career. I kind of completely cut myself off from my old friends. I cut myself off from negativity. I try to find myself more to create my own path in life. Then boom, and after fucking years of work, it happened, right? It was not easy. So if you're going through some shit, yeah, you have a battle ahead of you, but that's fucking part of it. You have to get the fuck out of your situation, whatever it is that's making you unhappy, you know, whether it's a relationship, family members, you know, whatever. You gotta like work on it and just, if you're miserable, it's for a reason. You know, you gotta get away from that reason or change it, you know, whatever it may be. You know, whether you don't like your job, you don't like your friends, you don't like your partner, or whatever it is, you gotta do what you gotta do to improve yourself, right? And be happy and all the good stuff, right? So, anyways, like I said, I've been reading a lot of books, you know, self-help shit, you know, intelligence, emotional intelligence, trying to get into finances, trying to fix my financial life. Because, you know, there's a lifestyle that I see myself having, and that's what I'm focusing on now, right? The secret to happiness is paying attention. I want to pay attention to my finances more because there's a certain goal that I want to achieve. I want to be a lot happier now, so I'm paying attention to more how I'm feeling. If I'm around a person or a situation that doesn't make me happy, I won't ignore it. I just say, fuck it. I won't talk to those people anymore. I'll get away from that kind of situation. Drinking booze doesn't make me happy anymore. If anything, it fucks me up. You know, it fucks up my plans and all that. So I don't drink anymore. I mean, I do drink a beer every now and then, but I don't party anymore because I hate that shit, right? So I'm more focused on the shit that makes me happy and I avoid the crap that doesn't. And that's easier said than done for most people, especially when you're starting out because you're so used to living a lifestyle of shit. When you start, you know, it's almost like your whole life you've been eating junk food all your life, right? Or fast food. The moment you start fucking, you know, eating vegetables and cooking for yourself and all that, it's gonna be weird at first because you're not used to it, right? Same thing with, you know, your mental state. You gotta like fucking change that, your mental diet of what you're consuming. I used to watch a lot of violent movies that were depressing as shit, right? In particular, Japanese cinema, a lot of that movies are downers, right? Some fucked up stories that they have, right? I don't watch shit like that anymore because I try to focus more on watching shit that's happy and uplifting, which usually I watch a lot of art shows, art related stuff. You know, like, I don't know, just even cooking shows, right? Like, my favorite show is like The Worst Cooks in America, you know? People start off fucked up, but then, like, you know, they have fun with it, and then eventually they become a better cook, you know? So it's all fun. I try to watch shit that's more happy now, right? For my own mental state. Doesn't mean I don't watch violent movies anymore. I'm just saying that's the kind of person I am now. Whatever I consume now, I try to be more positive. I try to, like, discard the shit that doesn't make me happy, right? So anyways, I want to kind of end the discussion about this whole toxicity and all this shit and all that other crap until maybe somewhere down the line it comes up again. But for the time being, you know, whatever you're going through, if you're not happy, most likely there's a reason for it. You know, it's not just, oh, I'm medically depressed. That does exist. I'm not saying it doesn't, but before you go into that route of like consuming drugs or medicine or whatever, actually pay attention to your situation. What is it that's making you happy? And start with that, right? And then move on from there. Anyways, I wish you guys luck. You know, as mentioned before, if you guys want to chat with me, if you guys have something on your mind that you want to talk to me about, you know, there's an email that's open. You guys can like chat with me for a bit. And I wouldn't mind listening to you and try to help you out. So that's all I got for you. Thanks for hanging out with me for a bit. Take care and peace.